The country, its importance to growth and development makes it the #1 prerequisite for a stable community. Political leaders, leaders of thought and other stakeholders in the society prefer solutions. Also, on Political Update today, efforts to boost sectors with huge job creation potentials as panacea for youth unemployment. I'm Fisayo Ogunfui. Welcome. The abduction of some students of government secondary school Kagara has traumatized many Nigerians in the past week. However, some from the affected community are showing a truly resilient front in the face of adversity.
Caleb Ismail is from a village miles away from Kagara, but he has a mighty dream that sent him to school at Government Science Secondary School Kagara. But an encounter with the abductors left him with scars that could be of a lifetime. He was lucky to have escaped by the whiskers, but his friend Habila was shot dead.
But they tell us, if you cannot stop, I can shoot you. But they has already started running, but they are shooting him in the head.
This ugly incident sent shivers of shocks to the family of his bosom friend.
I say we feel so bad. We are there sitting down, mourning, receiving the condolence visits from our neighbors and well wishers.
Many others are yearning to see that their loved ones are released.
We no even sleep since that very yesterday. Up to now, we are struggle looking for how we are going to see them.
Though families and friends of those abducted at Government Science School Kagara yesterday may be reeling in pains, but the most important thing is that efforts are being intensified to ensure that their loved ones are brought back into their arms once again.
Thank you, Abdullahi. Abdullahi filed that story on Thursday. Now, members of the National Economic Council on Thursday made commitment to compensate victims of clashes in the nation. The meeting also featured an evaluation of social intervention programs aimed at pulling 100 million Nigerians out of poverty.
The Council recommitted to the following principles: the protection of all residents of all states, including non-indigenous communities and religious and ethnic minorities within state jurisdictions, the arrest and prosecution of all perpetrators of crime. In collaboration with federal authorities, the reconstruction of destroyed homes and payment of compensation where appropriate by state authorities for damage to property and livelihoods sustained during targeted attacks on communities within the state jurisdictions.
Governor Dapo Abiodun speaking on some of the resolutions of the council after the physical meeting which reviewed the security situation in the country. Among the resolutions are that state governments have statutory jurisdiction over forest reserves and will seek federal support for efforts to eradicate forest-based crime.
We have to be unanimous and resolute against crime and criminality, irrespective of whom it is committed by. So state governors are unanimous on that. We are going to support each other, support our security agencies, work with the federal government to ensure that crime and criminality are punished.
Council also resolved to strengthen the nation's monitoring of its borders to prevent cross-border crimes. Presentation from the Presidential Advisory Council underscores the need for everyone to get involved in having a better country.
Poverty eradication is everybody's responsibility, and it should be at the heart of any national development agenda.
The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, also made a presentation to the council on the need to expand voter access to polling units across the country. Council resolved to support the Commission's bid to convert polling booths to full-fledged polling units and work out the details of doing so at the state levels. One critical issue Council is drawing the attention of Nigerians to is fake news. This is described as next to coronavirus pandemic. And it is observed that this is causing so much harm, and now is the best time to end it.
Now, still on security, the Senate last week discussed a rejigging of the nation's security architecture to confront current realities. The mover of the motion, Deputy Majority Leader of the Senate, Professor Robert Ajayi Borofis, sat down with Political Update to share his thoughts.
It's a very serious problem confronting us as a nation, and it is very, very important for us to see it as a problem confronting us as a nation, not any ethnic group. From the information available to us, 90% of those causing trouble are from outside this country, from Mali, from Burkina Faso, from Niger. They are not Nigerians. And so we must see it as such. And unfortunately, in some areas, it's deteriorating into ethnic conflict, like, particularly in the southern parts. But if you go through my motion, you will discover that there's virtually no part of this country that is not affected. In fact, from what we gather in the National Assembly, there are more deaths, there are more killings, there are more kidnapping, there are more rapes in the northern part of the country, particularly in the northwest, in Niger State, in the northeast, in Benue. So it's a very serious issue. But unfortunately, in some parts, it's been misinterpreted as a conflict between some tribes, some ethnic groups, and another, which is not so, and it's very dangerous. So we have to act quickly to ensure that this is nipped at the bud. Of course, you cannot tackle this type of thing without the security architecture. The security must be, alert to ensure that they have a thorough analysis of the way these people act, who they are, where they are, and then map out strategies for, tackling them. The intelligence is very important. Intelligence is very important. So the intelligence community have to work together and share information. Even depending on, for instance, we have a space agency which has remote sensing satellites that can be used to identify land covers and unmanned areas of the state, where we know that some of these elements are hiding, where they have their tents and their camps. This type map should be made available to the security agencies so that they know where they are going, they know where to go, they will be acting on target. Then the communities must be involved. I believe that every state should have a strong community, a security community, headed by the governor should involve the Department of Security Services, the SSS, it should involve the military, it should involve the police, it should involve the civil service, civil defense, and other agencies that are involved in security. They should have a meeting, identify, analyze the problem. Every state has areas that are flashpoints where people, if you are talking of Ondo State, between Akure and Akumba, that is a flashpoint area where some of these people act. Between Owo and Ute, you also have these people there. Between Ishua and Ajowa, you also have, these kidnappers and killers there. So every state has this information. I'm sure the DSS has it, the police has it. They should collect all this information and then know how to allocate, their resources in terms of intervention.
The general discourse in Nigeria for some time now is security and the economy. Some say both are inextricably linked, as crimes is often perpetrated by those hitherto not too meaningfully engaged. What are the creative ways to boost job creation? Joining us is Honorable Chinedu Nwosu. Is from Awka North, Awka South. Has been here several times. Many thanks for joining us again on a day like this. First of all, of course, sad commentaries talking about some of these developments. But how do we begin, to shore against some of these things from rearing their ugly heads again?
Well, thank you, Fisayo. My name is Honorable Sam Chinedu Nwosu. I represent the people of Awka North and South Federal Constituency in Anambra State. We are all Nigerians, and just like the last person who spoke said, Borofis, you can't detach security from the progress of any nation. People will first of all be confident enough to not only invest in any part of the country, they will also be confident enough to know that their investment is secured. It starts with life first. I have to be sure that my life is secured. Even in my own town, if I am not sure that my life is secured, I will find it uncomfortable to stay around and do any economic activity. And bringing it down, who are these people that are causing these things? First, just like Borofis said, you've discovered that he is bringing in foreigners who are coming into the country. Apart from them, what of the indigenes, the people of the country? You understand? So it has to be seen both ways. What are we doing as a nation to first of all settle our teeming populace, especially the youth? We've talked about a lot of prospects of bringing to the forefold economic activities. But I always see it as we are expanding it in such a way that it looks so bogus. These are simple things. For most of us, you and I and other people who have gone outside this country, to take a table of how they come to be what they are today. I always make a reference. If you go to China, if you come to Vietnam and all those small places there, you see that they take it to the bottom line of individuals. What is a particular person able to do? And what do you provide for that person to be able to achieve that which he can do? We cannot keep on talking about empowering people when there is no power to empower people. If I know how to build my furniture, what will I use to build furnitures? The cost. If we are doing so, we should trickle it down to the little things we can do. I mean,
you are of a bit of the at least younger generation to a reasonable extent. In your interactions with them, especially your constituents, what are the pains and what can be done in terms of quick gains to begin to make them very active and tired in the evenings so that they cannot be used for any other activity?
Just like I'm saying, there are things that should be put in place. And unless those things are put in place, if no matter how we talk about these issues, no matter what, the basic things everybody is looking for in Nigeria is how would a state be able to manage itself, make those provisions for itself. And when you see lawmakers or people from different sides of the country talking about, bringing economic activities to particularize it within a setting, if you like, call it fiscal federalism or what. All these things are what we look at. And the more we continue dodging those prospects, it will continue escalating. So some settings has to be able to manage itself. It's not what the federal government can be in at every place. I said sometimes ago that look at the NYSC, for instance. everybody goes to serve. After the service, bundles of CVs are presented to us to look for a job for us. My work in the National Assembly is not to go out looking for a job for a graduate. But if there is a way you can integrate this service scheme and bring them to learn a particular thing within that year, which that person will start using the moment he comes out of that service, before he will now be checking for other things. And most of us,
like, talking of additional skill acquisition, because what has happened is that he has just finished acquiring a skill 4 or 5 years in the tertiary institution. He has come to the NYSC, perhaps more for national integration. But this time you want to teach him something more again to make him more relevant.
Why not put him in a point where he can practicalize that thing he has learned? The educational system in Nigeria is not just meant for you to acquire one knowledge. I read sciences as a mechanical engineer. When I came out, believe you me, I don't have any other option but to join the building industry. I picked just one aspect of what I learned and started applying it. And I was never employed by anybody. I became an employer of labor. So those things are what we can. And why I'm saying is that I learned those things during my service here, because I was opportune to serve with somebody who is doing that roadside. Now that I'm educated, I applied the knowledge and converted that roadside to something bigger. And those are the things. Why? Because then, as at 10, 15 years ago, the power situation in Nigeria is better than it is today. Are we retrogressing or are we progressing?
I will continue with that discussion in a few minutes, but let's say this one, a virtual meeting of PDP Governors Forum at security at its focus. The governors say lasting solutions must be found to curb the ugly trend.
Under the chairmanship of Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal of Sokoto State, x-rayed the state of the nation, in particular the various challenges facing the country in respect of security, economy and other matters of national importance. Decisions at the end of the meeting congratulated the newly appointed service chiefs and recommended the complete overhauling of the national security architecture. The forum strongly recommended the decentralization of the Nigeria Police Force and imperative introduction of the state police in Nigeria as one of the solutions to stem the tide of insecurity ravaging the country. Meanwhile, the PDP National Reconciliation and Strategy Committee, headed by the immediate past President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, has met with former governors on the party's platform at the PDP Legacy House in Abuja. The strategic meeting is part of the committee's mandate towards repositioning the party.
And also to bring about all the areas of grievances between, which is normal in any party. Politics is local. Every state is as important as another.
The National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Kola Olobodion, at a media briefing in Abuja says the working relationship between the party's National Working Committee remains cordial.
Under this NWC, we don't dabble into affairs that are not our business.
Issues of congresses in states where there are contestations, the forthcoming off-season governorship election in Anambra State, and ultimately plans to return to power at the top are some of the priorities of the party, according to the National Publicity Secretary.
The managing director of Nigerian Film Corporation, Jos Chidia Madwekwe, has described the ongoing APC revalidation exercise as an opportunity to broaden the party's base.
Managing director of Nigerian Films Corporation, Jos Chidia Madwekwe, was joined by party faithful to re-register his APC membership in his hometown, Asaga, in Ohafia local government area of Abia State.
Our party is very organic in nature, and that is why we have been able to evolve to where we are today.
A visit to his country home to perform the all-important tasks of re-registration afforded him the opportunity to inspect some of the ongoing road projects, which include Ohafia Rochiku Road and Ohafia Isugu Rural Road, embarked upon by President Muhammadu Buhari-led APC government through the Senate Chief Whip, Senator Oji Uzo Kalu.
This road leads to this village called Isugu Ohafia, and this is one out of 20 roads that Senator Oji Uzo Kalu has attracted in the entire Abia North.
Home stretch on political update, we still have Honorable Chinedu Onwaso from Oka North, Oka South, a federal constituency of Anambra State. It is a crucial year, of course, in your state, but before we go to all that, in your constituency, what are the feedback like? It was a ravaging year last year, COVID-19 and all that, but in a community like yours, when we have so many teeming youths and people are highly creative, what is the feedback like? Is life back on an even keel?
Thank you, Fisayo. Just like any other community in Nigeria, I always say it, and we won't relent. We will continue pushing. It's not all well because those basic things are not there, but we have embarked on a lot of programs, not only to enlighten the youth, but to train them. I always look at the education you give people as the basics on which they will stand firm in whatever they are doing. We were able to do a lot of things last year pertaining the agri sector, because I serve both the metropolitan and agrarian. So Oka North specifically, though we had some issue of flooding. And
what do they produce majorly?
Rice, cassava, and yam, and we have a lot of fishery communities. So, but basically rice, cassava, yam, and those are trending not only as consumables, but they are basic requirements in some industries for raw materials. And we are pushing towards providing things that will make it easier for them to, do more of what they know already. But is the norm that, well, I have not seen a trickle of the present empowerment programs coming to my people, because we have applied a lot of times. We have gone through the necessary stages of what it means, but we have not seen. Yeah.
Maybe all four things we see how that pans out. Of course, we'll still bring you on the show in subsequent programs. Final word for the Nigerian youth as we round up the program.
Well, as a young man, I didn't wait for the federal government to employ me. And then if you know what is best you can do, put it on the table, pursue it. Ideas doesn't just grow. It comes from the little efforts you put on. And I know that Nigerian youths are very creative. If you look at all the industries we have, if you look at the music industry, the film industry, entertainment and other ones, they find a way, to make things happen. And if we bring it on board, especially if the government should direct its reasoning towards making provisions for the basic things we need, road networks, electricity. I know people who can use their hands to produce a lot of things. They have the idea, but the costs of producing those things are enormous without electricity.
All right, that's the show. Quite succinctly put, Honorable Chinedu Onwaso of Oka North, Oka South Federal Constituency of Anambra State. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for watching us again today. Wish you the very best of the weekend. This is Nigerian Television Authority, where we give you the very best of news, reviews, previews, and interviews. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. We hit you again the proper way on Tuesday. Bye-bye now.
From the largest television network in Africa, the NTA, we bring to you Weekend File, where we seek the views of experts, government functionaries, movers of the economy, and the ordinary Nigerian on developmental challenges confronting the nation in an era of diversification. The process that is meant to reinvigorate all aspects of our national life in education, science, technology, and innovation, agriculture, health, and other aspects of societal development. The Weekend File crew has the onerous task of articulating all the issues, ensuring that all perspectives are brought to the table. On the show, all things matter and opinions of every class count. Weekend File shows every Saturday at 9 p.m. on the NTA network service. It is your weekend companion and a destination for news, views, and analysis. It is unmissable.
This is the network service of the NTA.
When music meets dance, love meets poetry, and stories meets drama. Your joy, laughter, smiles and giggles will be all that matter. Let's gather here. Showbuzz. Live life happy.
Dana B Pro.
To catch a quick date for love. Climbing the highest mountain for love. I feel to fight, I feel to kill for love. Baby, I feel to go to the moon for you. Feel to catch a quick date for love. Climbing the highest mountain for love. I feel to fight, I feel to kill for love. Baby, your love, oh, sweet in my heart, oh, your love, oh, baby, your love, oh, sweet in my heart, oh, your love, oh, baby. I did look for me anytime when I deal with you. I'm lost in you, I'm lost in you. I did look for me anytime when I deal with you. I'm lost in you, I'm lost in you. Baby, I love you, baby, I love you. I love you, baby, I love you. Baby, I love you, baby, I love you. I love you, baby, I love you. Baby, you go kiss somebody. With the way I love the woos, I swear you go kill somebody. Now you way they make me high. Show me love, don't be shy. Don't be shy, don't be shy. You be the one where the boss my brain. I one day by your side. Our love no go die, no die, no die. Baby, your love, oh, sweet in my heart, oh, your love, oh, baby, your love, oh, sweet in my heart, oh, your love, oh, baby. I did look for me anytime when I deal with you. I'm lost in you, I'm lost in you. I did look for me anytime when I deal with you. I'm lost in you, I'm lost in you. I did look for me anytime when I deal with you. I'm lost in you, I'm lost in you. I did look for me anytime when I deal with you. I'm lost in you, I'm lost in you. Baby, I love you, baby, I love you. I love you, baby, I love you. Baby, I love you, baby, I love you. I love you, baby, I love you. Baby, I love you, baby, I love you. I love you, baby, I love you. Baby, I love you, baby, I love you. I love you, baby, I love you.
It's Dana B Pro.
Baby, this your yash in a shit up. If you agree, mama laton. Party 2 at the party 1. Party 2 like the pan 1.